Hey everyone, before we get into the normal bar talk shenanigans, I just want to thank today's sponsor, and today's episode is brought to you by Whack, the new way of tracking your hours and earnings as well as organizing life around an hourly paid job. Founded by two ex-bartenders from the UK, they know the challenges of working in the hospitality industry. Whack was created for those paid by the hour, typically working unpredictable shift patterns. They want to swap payslip guessing, endless shift notes, and payday panic with a feeling of financial security. And now, since we have a lot of friends in the industry, we've been kind of like, hanging out in Plymouth and showing off the app to some friends. And so just for a little bit of feedback, I brought in my good friend Jack, who's a bar manager in downtown Plymouth. And here's what she has to say about the app.
I've used it, and it's so good. It's got everything. With Whack, I can track my hours and pay down to the second, including any rate changes and tips. I can easily view work schedules, see a live pay slip estimate, and I can store my important work-related documents. I can also see an overview of my bills and spending money between paydays. Oh, and did I mention that Whack is completely free?
So check out the thousands of reviews they have on Google Play and the App Store, and you can download Whack. That's WAC today by checking out the link in this episode's description. Welcome back to the Bar Talk Podcast. I am Andy, your host, and I am joined today by, I announced Jordan for some fucked up reason, Karl of New World Tavern and Tolson's Tap and Tavern.
Hello, everybody.
Dan Mahoney of Stats.
What up?
And Mike Zappolo,
Yep.
of Stellwagen Beer Company.
All right.
This is what the beer company, brewing company, beer works.
Aleworks.
Aleworks.
My
love
mom
the
still
Aleworks.
calls the British Beer Company the British Beer Works, which has never been a thing. I was like, Mom, I haven't worked there in like 6 years, and you still can't pronounce it right.
It's always great when someone's from out of town is like, oh, where's good like local dive bar? I'm like, oh, the BBC, and then they're like, the what now? I'm like, oh no, the British Beer Company. Google it, Karl.
Okay. He didn't have to. It's already in his search history.
But it's been a while since we've done a Q&A. Do you have A's for Q's, Karl?
Yes.
Okay. So, Zap, the other thing is I can't pronounce anyone's name, so...
Feel free to make fun of
Just
it.
why would you even try their last name? Just do their first name.
The words, he's the only one that knows these questions, too, so he could say any name. Like, any name. And he
Yeah, because we don't know what the hell he's talking
Karl
about.
Heine writes, what are some of the ways of getting your message across if the wait staff doesn't come on time and don't do their side work?
I usually sacrifice one person a month, and I hang their head on a spike.
Is it like you ship the guy and
Yeah, I punch the biggest guy in the prison yard.
Yeah.
But instead, I kill them, put their head on a pike, mount it out front of the restaurant, or whatever door they come in. And then the same thing when you clock in, that's the first picture that pops up. Says, bitch, be on time.
I always remind them that everybody's looking to hire. They can go somewhere else.
I guess realize that in that same vein that a lot of people are looking for jobs. And if they want to keep their hours,
Yep.
they better keep to their hours.
And if they're not doing their side work or they're not showing up on time, and Jordan's, I know, would agree with me on this one, it's just respect to show up on time. You could be the worst at anything you want, but at least have the respect to show up on time.
Yes.
And if they don't have the respect to show up on time, then they don't respect what they're going to do. They're not going to do their side work. They're not going to do this. They're going to punch out early.
My real answer is I either will schedule them a half hour earlier than I need them to, or I will take a shift away from them. So.
But you got to tell them why. I'm taking a shift away from you because
yeah.
you've been coming in friggin' late and you won't do your side work.
Yep.
That's part of your job.
I feel like someone was just having this conversation the other day about like, I can't give you more shifts if you're not going to be here on time.
Yeah, if you're not going to show up for the ones you already have, why would I give you more?
And you can be the best worker in the world, but if you're not there to do your job,
Nope.
you're kind of shitty.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the customers, I loved so-and-so. Yeah, well,
I didn't.
yeah.
You weren't here.
You don't
That's
work
right.
here.
That's right. You didn't have to do half their work when you got in the morning because
Yeah.
they didn't do it before they left. Get rid
Friend
of them,
mine,
get somebody else.
Who shall remain nameless, Keith, told me he had a similar experience with, I I guess he gave him a lot of warning ahead of time. That was like, hey, I need more availability. Hey, I need more availability. Hey, I need more availability. And, hey, I'm going to have to hire somebody. And it got to that point, and then people started complaining about not getting the doubles that they used to get. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, we're open an extra few days now. Did you open up your availability for me? It's like, no. It's like, move on along.
Right.
Yep.
And that's that same kind of if you're not delivering for whatever it is you're doing. Well, let me rephrase that. What is is there an acceptable reason for not getting your side work done?
There's always a reason.
Yeah. But
if it's acceptable or not, I mean, who knows what it happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, there was a snowstorm. We tried to get out of here because they were closing down the road. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. But you can't tell me it was so busy that you couldn't do it during your work.
Yeah.
So
I try to work with them on things like that. Like, if somebody tells me, it's like, hey, they're doing a clopener, right? They're closing and then they're opening the next day. It's like, hey, I'm beat right now. I got somewhere to be. You mind if I just come in early the next day and get some of this done? I'm like, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you communicate with me on stuff like that, or even if you say, hey, I'm going to be 15 minutes late, instead of just showing up 15 minutes late, it's like, I respect the hell out of that. You know what I mean?
For
it's
sure.
Fine. Stuff comes up. I'm late to work sometimes. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, it happens.
That's like the biggest thing. Is like, especially like everyone has my number. I'm sure your staff has yours, and I mean, Karl doesn't have a cell phone, so they have to send him a carrier pigeon. But if you just give us notice, like I don't like that's fine. If I know you're gonna be late, but nowadays, if you don't show up and you're 15 minutes late, I just think you're not coming to work anymore. Like, because people do that all the time.
Yeah. 15-minute rule.
Yeah. So now I'm like scrim. Like, do I need to find someone else to come work for your shift or?
Yeah. And I always tell the employees, I'm gonna have to fire you for something stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just for being late. That's why you're getting fired.
Yep.
Don't be late.
Or send.
We actually gave it twice that time.
Yeah. Why are you setting us off? Give us another.
Sorry.
Give us a softball.
Jama Fernung, leftover fried chicken. What do you do with it?
Air fryer. Easily.
What?
That's what the question.
What do we do with leftover fried chicken?
Eat
it.
Did I get it at the drive-through?
Well, that's the question. I'm like, are they frying chicken in advance and then wondering how to serve it the next
Ready? Watch
day?
this. Next question.
Make buffalo chicken pizza.
Yeah, you give it to your staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When have you ever had leftover fried chicken? Who doesn't like fried chicken?
All right. Jessica Mari, looking for gift ideas for a bartender that's leaving after 12 years of work for me. She's leaving the industry altogether and going to 9-to-5 route. Says looking beyond flowers, gift cards.
I would say a cake decorated with the words, "You'll be back."
Yeah. Good luck being broke.
Got anything, Karl?
I do, but you edited me last time I said it.
I didn't edit you. I don't do the editing.
Bring her in the back room and give her a gift.
And you wonder why you get edited.
It's a hard industry to leave sometimes, so I do believe that
He said
you'll
hard.
be back.
Has there been, like, I know they were saying, like, because of COVID, there was a lot of people who left the industry. Do you feel that was accurate, or is it just, like, coming back, or-
This is a conversation for another day, but I don't know where they went, but I can't find them.
I mean, I know a bunch of people that got out of it. I don't know what they do now, but they don't bartend.
I mean, we're hiring for everything: cooks, front,
Yeah. Even
hosts,
like
food runners.
just people
Everybody
I know.
wants to be a bartender.
Yeah.
Are you looking for bartenders? Do you have any experience? No, but I want to learn.
I watched Cocktail,
Yeah.
which they definitely didn't because
If you got something these days, I mean, I feel like, like when I hire, it's like, if you got, server experience, if you have, like, line cooks make great bartenders, I've found, just because they have that, that go
Yep.
attitude. So you just got to look in other creative places, because I get the same thing. A lot of my guys were not bartenders before, but if you have some service industry experience, or if you at least have a love of craft beer, for me anyways, doing the brewery thing rather than, restaurants serving, Bud Lights and domestics and stuff like that too. I mean, you can mold them, but I think that whole, like, go thing, that's really hard to instill in somebody. So
what I
And
think.
you never know if somebody has that, we call it that second gear.
Yes.
You never know if somebody has a second gear until the timing hits.
Yep.
And that's when, because everybody says they have it.
Well, that's why it sucks to train someone like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because how much you really get your ass kicked on those days. And then, like you said, until you see the fear of God in their eyes.
But if you get somebody
you
in
don't know
that
what kind
says,
of
hey,
person
listen,
you
I've
get.
been a server at these last 5 restaurants and I'm just applying for a server job, the training is, here's our computer system.
Yeah, look at the menu.
They should, an hour training at the most, they should pick it right up. If they're not, then, you know.
You know what I think?
That's correct.
The minor leagues of the bar system should be coffee shop workers, because you have like all these coffee shops are the most complicated fucking drinks in the world.
I couldn't work at a coffee
No,
shop.
me neither.
I could not do it. Oh
And
my God.
like they get just as shitty customers without booze, but now instead of booze, it's caffeine.
And it's hot. And it's hot back there too already.
Yeah,
Just
yep.
by, you know, it's.
But those guys bust their ass. Like that's I think Ashley, that I don't know if she still works at Speedwell, but worked at Kiss City forever.
She's
a
down in
coffee
Mayflower
shop.
now.
Yes, and I always thought like when I get coffee there, I'm like she'd be an awesome bartender, and she eventually did. I think like that. So that's your untapped resource right there. Go steal them from coffee shops. Yeah,
Then that way you get a reputation for poaching in the industry.
yeah.
Zap, do you get a lot of people who want to work at a brewery because they think it'll be fun?
Yes.
I feel like that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Oh no, it
at the
definitely
end of
does.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
everyone thinks bartending's fun.
At the end of the day, you know, I'm not looking for, you know, somebody that can, you know, mix cocktails and flip bottles off their arms. It's not fun. I do think it's fun just, you know, pouring taps. I mean, I missed bartending so much after I got, you know, the taproom manager spot. I started picking up shifts down at Soundcheck Studios. So now I'm learning to, like, mix actual cocktails and stuff like that, which I never really had that before. I could do it, like, on a base level, but, like, you know, there's beer tending and then there's bartending. And once you're a real bartender, it's like, no, that's not as much fun. But, you know, it's still a enjoyable, exciting atmosphere. But I don't know if it's fun. But then you get the money at the end. You're like, oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sandra Sign. I have a question. Do you give owners or family/friend meals comped to your account? Do you comp meals?
Yes. Is that the question?
Yeah.
If my
If I come in with my wife at my own bar, yeah, it's going to be comped.
if my bosses come in, they tell
Yeah.
me they'll tell me to comp their friends' tabs. So
Yeah.
But you don't comp.
my
Your
friends'
friends,
tabs.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of it is, you know, where do you draw that line? Because do you feel like a lot of restaurant owners want to like...
Well, here's a good point. So, my sister and her husband go to both my bars and restaurants. And when I'm there, I always comp it for them. And usually it's either a couple of drinks or, you know, an appetizer, something to drink. If they come in with other people, I don't comp because I don't think that they expect that either. But if they're just coming in and having a couple of drinks, I'll comp them. Then they'll come in and I'm not there. So there's two things that happen. Is the bartender manager on duty thinking that they should comp them because I comp them when I'm there? And my sister and her husband are thinking, well, Karl's not here. Do I pay? Do I not pay? What's the situation? But I think everybody that I comp, if I'm not there, expects to pay. I don't think anybody comes in saying, oh, I'm going to go see Karl, my brother, or whoever it may be, and get a couple of free drinks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're always going to comp. The question is, do you know who to comp and when? But you should never comp, as an owner, you should never comp anything that you're not told to comp.
Yes.
Now, if I tell them, listen, if my sister ever comes in, just take care of the meal and just let me know, then she should always be comped.
Yep.
But I will say, unless she comes in with other people.
Yeah.
Like my mother will come in for lunch twice a week. Of course I'm going to comp her meal.
Yeah.
And if my mother comes in and I'm not there, I expect them to know enough to comp her meal.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm okay with them saying, your mother came in and there was 3 other people, so I didn't know what to do, so I charged her. Okay, because I'm going to hear about it in about 15 minutes when she texts me and says, what the hell? But yeah, I think there's always going to be comps. There's always going to be comps. My fear is when the bartender or manager or whoever's the decision it is just comps. So on another episode, Mike, I asked you about the beer. If somebody comes up and says, you know, give me a lager, and they get a lager and they're like, well, I don't like this. Do you comp them right away? My policy is no. Unless there's something wrong with the beer or the meal, but if somebody gets the fish tacos and says, well, I didn't like the fish tacos. Well, maybe you don't like fish. What do you want me to tell you? There was nothing wrong with the product. Just because you didn't like it doesn't mean I should be competent for you.
Yeah.
So it's a hard situation to put the manager or the bartender in, but there are people out there that'll come in and just taste you right down the line and say, I don't like that, I don't like that. At what point do you say,
Yeah, how many samples do you give away?
right?
Everybody gets one.
But yeah, so I think the comp thing is, if Dan comes in, I don't expect him to be comped. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Listen,
But
I expect to pay double at Karl's spots.
But there's always going to be comps. If you can explain your comp at the end of the night, that's all I say. If there's $1,000 that was comped in one day, it's because I came in with Jen, another owner came in with his wife, and I would check everything else on that list. Why did you comp it? Why did you comp it? Bad food. What was bad about it? So we get really down to the nitty gritty of what they do because everything's tracked. And as long as they have a reason to comp, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
But if they comped because, well, I gave them a Sam Adams Oktoberfest and they didn't like it, so I comped it. They never had Sam Adams Oktoberfest before, so, and how much did they drink?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they drank the whole thing, but they said they didn't like it. What are you comping them for?
Well, that's where it goes in with mine, because I do like 3 sizes of beer. So if somebody gets to they buy a 16 and they end up with 4 ounces of it left when they decide I don't like this, it's like, yes, I will replace that. And I give them 4 ounces of another one. Or if they drink, they drink 16 ounce goes down to a 10 ounce or whatever, I'll give them the rest of the 10 ounce. You know what I mean? They take
And
one
I've
sip.
ordered a lot of beers that I don't like and a lot of food that I didn't care for, but it wasn't bad food or bad beer. It just wasn't my style.
You just don't like it.
I tried that marshmallow milk stout and it just wasn't my thing, but I would suck it down.
Yeah, most places, if you say, can I try such and such, they'll be like, oh, do you want a taste or a full pour?
Right.
And
Well, we had somebody come in and wanted to taste a little bit of wine, didn't like it, wanted to taste this wine, didn't like it, wanted to taste that wine, didn't like it. I'm like, I'm opening bottles for you now at this point.
Right,
This isn't like a tasting thing. Order.
Yeah, you're not a wine bar.
the number of people that come in the craft beer cellar and be like, well, can I taste any of these? I'm like,
No.
no.
Can you go to another liquor store and try it?
Yeah,
Can I taste the
I don't get
Tito's?
I'd have to open the can, and then the can's, all right, I'm going to drink the can, because what else am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Now,
If it's got a toothpick in it, it's a free sample,
Yeah.
now, if Mike, if you ever came in here and said, "Oh, you guys have the blah 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 beer," I say, "Yeah, you want to taste it?" Totally different.
Yeah, that's fine.
Totally different.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the question was, but the answer was whatever I said.
I think the samples guard against it, but I've had people that order a flight's worth of beer of samples, and I'm like, guy.
Yep.
And at that point, it's like if they have a tab going, then it's like I'm going to have to charge you for our least expensive beer at this
Yep.
point because you've cumulatively gotten.
I know
16 ounces.
there are some bars that say you can have any sample you want. It's $2.
Yeah.
$2 per sample. You want to sample it? Yep, $2.
Yeah.
And you get these samples. Sometimes the bartender's pouring like 6 ounces for a sample.
Yeah.
Like pour it in a shot glass. That's all you need. 2 ounces.
Need a taste.
Why you get me going?
Because Jordan left and you can't get him going.
That's right. Ellen Aschenbrenner. When you go out to a restaurant that serves your traditional American fare, home cooking type food, what is your favorite go-to meal?
Like a good Reuben.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely.
Geez, I really don't have an answer for that because I like to try a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
it used to be nachos, but I've had so many plates of nachos that I'm like, I can't even tell you the last time I had a nacho. But we have had this conversation before when we talked about going to different places for different things. If you screw up a pepperoni pizza, then
There's no
I'm
hope
out.
for you. Yeah.
I'm out. So I think if you get something that is the same that everybody else is doing, but you're doing a little twist on it, or it's just different, or that much better for whatever the reason, I think that's what's going to bring people into your place. Is you can have that comfort food, but do it different. Everybody has a chicken sandwich, everybody has a burger, everybody has the Reuben, so everybody has a pizza.
Yeah.
What is it that you're doing that people come and say, geez, I had this. Ooh,
Okay, I
it
had
was
to go
pretty
there
good.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you do it, say it's a fucking meatloaf sandwich or something.
Yeah.
Expect, if it's that good, your competition's going to have it within a month.
Always be the first.
Yeah.
I always said this at New World Tavern. I don't care what everybody else is doing. Always be the first. At least we could say we tried it. If it bombs, at least we could say we tried it. But if it's great, people are going to come in to say, I went there to get it, and then they'll go somewhere else and say, it's not the same.
It's not as good.
Right.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time that they had it. And that goes with events and everything else. You just be the first to do it. Don't be afraid to, step out a little bit.
If it's a dud, then you just be like, all right, cross that off the fucking list and then move on. Yeah. Trick is finding new stuff. So what do you do with new crop that everyone can steal?
Nothing. Nobody does anything new. They steal it from everybody. I don't know of anybody that was the first one to do anything. They just get an idea and they just kind of capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And it seems to be that all the ideas for the food seem to come from California this way. But there's a lot of stuff that they're doing in California that people, it's too early for them. They don't get it.
Yeah. It is a weird kind of like, what? Maybe the year before COVID, no one had a smash burger. Now everybody has a smash burger.
Yep.
You love smash burgers.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Talk about them a lot. That and Home Depot.
I haven't talked about Home Depot at all until you just brought it up.
I know. Because you moved on to smash burgers.
But do it right. There's another thing. If you go get a burger somewhere and you're like, well, that burger was just okay, you're never going to go back to that place for anything else because it was just okay.
Yeah. All right, because I can't talk without Dan critiquing my likes on life.
So I'm here for.
Lee Sophia. So I'm looking for some help right now at my bar and restaurant. We're running a Bloody Mary flights as a Sunday special. They're really tedious, as most of us know, and customers a lot of the time, especially with only one bartender on duty. I'm looking for ideas of different Sunday specials that are a little easier and would still bring in clients.
Okay. You want to take this one?
Well, I was going to say, you must hate your bar staff if you're going to do Bloody Mary
Well,
flights.
it's funny you say that because at Tolson's,
You have a margarita flight.
we have a margarita flight, and we just started a martini flight. And they're little baby martini glasses,
Okay.
but you have to shake them individually. Bartenders absolutely hate it.
Yeah, so you hate
But
your
the
bar staff
customers
too.
love it because you come out with a little holder and it has 3 little martini glasses on it with the martinis. Everything's pre-batched.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just shake it on ice.
See, then I don't hate that idea as much. Just for some reason, the Bloody Mary hurts my.
Yeah, you can make a picture of Bloody
You,
Mary.
Yeah,
well,
you
you
can,
can
but-
pre-batch. It all depends on what Bloody Marys you want to make. So if people want to have a Bloody Mary flight, you can't let them pick from 17 of them.
No.
You
Yeah.
can say, here's our
Here's
flight.
the 4. Fuck it. Yeah.
You know, which is a lot of places do that with beer. Here's the flight of the night. This is all you
Yep.
get. This is our flight. You don't pick it all. You just say, here's the flight.
Well, and that's like when I think of Bloody Mary fight, I'm thinking like you pick like what you want in your Bloody Mary, and that sucks. Like you can't
That's a
pre-batch it like
nightmare.
that.
We
Like,
tried it here, and it's a
Yeah.
nightmare. Build your own Bloody Mary. They could have hanged me out in the
Yeah.
back room, friggin', for
How many
picking
pounds
that
of
one.
there's,
bacon did you go
there's
through?
still time.
Bacon, shrimp, and then you think, well, you know what? I'm going to ease it up. Here's a glass of booze, right?
Do it yourself.
All your Bloody Mary mixes over there. Do whatever you want. 15 pounds of bacon in a glass. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Don't even take the
cost
vodka.
effective. It's nothing.
Yep.
8 pieces of shrimp. I'm like, listen, lady, you just took all the shrimp. It's build your own. I can take whatever I want, which is true.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great concept. Not very cost effective.
No, like I said, I don't hate like what you do. It doesn't sound as terrible, even though it probably is. But,
if you
like-
have, 4 pitchers
Yeah.
made and you pour them into glasses and
Well, for the margarita flights, that's what we do. We pre-make the margaritas, and we tell everybody, one is this, one is that, one is that. And they're all very nicely garnished, and that's what really makes it.
Yep.
And we have 3 of them. So one's purple, one's yellow, one's red. And they're garnished very nicely, and we bring them over, and people love it. But the bartenders, when they get
What are the garnishes?
7 of them, what we do is we slice the pineapple
Okay.
on the slicer. So it's paper thin,
Yep.
but it still has the rind on it.
Okay.
And we take that and twist it into like a figure 8, push it into the glass itself.
Yep.
So the pineapple is in the glass and it comes up and over. But it's a
I see why they hate
but
this.
it's a paper. But all they do is put it in.
Yeah.
Done. One of them's an orange,
Yep.
and I believe the other one might be a lime. I think.
Salted rims or not salted rims?
Yeah, we sugar the rims,
Okay. See, that's the thing.
and the only reason why we sugar the rims is because it's all different colors and it makes it look pretty.
Yes. Yep.
All about the presentation.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, each of those friggin' margaritas taste the same. But they're all
Yeah,
different
they just
colors.
look cool. Yeah.
And they look cool.
Yep.
The bartenders hate it because they want to pour a beer and say, "Here you go."
Yeah. Well, bartenders
They don't wanna take that
by
time.
nature hate everything.
Yes.
So Like anything you're gonna ask them to do, it could be the easiest thing in the world.
And then they kind of,
As a former bartender,
I don't want to
I
say cheaping
attest
out,
to
but
that.
then they take the shortcuts, and
Yep.
I'm like, you didn't shake the martini flights; they're warm, not
Yeah.
warm, but
Yeah.
they're not
Yep.
cold.
Yep.
And we do an espresso one, we do a cherry cheesecake, and we do a limoncello. So you get 3 different colors. And
Yep.
Nice garnishes. One, the cherry cheesecake has a cherry in it. The limoncello has a lemon on the wedge.
Yep.
And the espresso just is plain espresso. But they hate making it. And bartenders are going to hate it because they want fast and furious. They want boom, 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 boom. Because when you have a line at the bar and you have 8 people saying, I'll take a margarita flight,
Yeah. Yep.
Oh boy.
you're like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, that was... So a Bloody Mary flight. Right now, all my employees that are listening to this are going, oh, fuck. Here we go.
They're gonna fight Andy because
But I think
he
it's a
brought you
great
this
idea.
question.
I love flights. I think they're a great idea because I like the variety. It is so hard to do timing-wise if you're busy behind the bar. If
Yes.
you're not busy behind the bar, then you're all set because it's kind of fun and everybody makes them. But
It's all
I don't
your.
care if you batch them or not. It's a pain in the ass.
Oh, for sure. Like we could never do that at my place. Like on a Sunday, there's just too. It would. No one would get drinks because it's just too busy.
Right.
But if like you're smaller,
Oh,
then
we're too busy.
yeah, we got.
Must be
fucking-
nice.
right? Only on Sunday. No. You get Bud Lights. That's it. And Jameson shots.
Yeah.
Zap, do you guys do fixed flights or is it?
No, because we just charge by the 4-ounce pour, so it's going to be, a billion different prices. So that's the thing. When people come up and they order a flight, if we're busy, it's like, you could just get a couple 2 ounces at a time. It's not saving you. Because I feel like that's what people want to do when they get flights, saving them a couple bucks on it to get a bunch of different beers. Like, really, it's not, But yeah, I mean,
People just think they're getting the variety in their mind. And they are getting the variety. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we sell 4-ounce pours, and when somebody orders a flight, quote unquote, it's 4-ounce pours.
Right.
It's just charged by that. It's not
it's
like
priced
10,
by-
See, now I would
Price
go for a
accordingly.
flight just to get the variety. I don't
That's
even look
why.
at the
Yeah.
price.
That's why I look at it. Yep.
I mean, if you don't feel like waiting in line and you feel like getting, the variety, then I can see that. But honestly, it's like, if people get bent out of shape if we run out of flight boards or something. It's like, well,
That's what it is.
here's a secret. It's not saving any money, and the beer's not going anywhere.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if something's about to kick, I'll be like, yeah, you should probably get this one now. But besides that, it's like,
I
you're
like-
going to have every opportunity to get it.
I like to get flights when I'm at a brewery that I don't think I'll come back to. Whether I'm like on vacation or whatever, and I'm like, I probably won't come back here, so let's try a bunch of the
Let's
beers
see.
that are here.
Now, what I do when I go to a brewery that I've never been to before, if I'm traveling, I'll get a Pilsner if they have it. Because if you have a good Pilsner, in my mind, you know what's going on. You can brew everything else.
Yeah.
And then, if you have a really good Pilsner, I'll end up getting another Pilsner, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, just get a flight
But
to
yeah,
Pilsners.
that's my pepperoni pizza test for a brewery. If they can make a nice Pilsner, I think that's a quality brewery because they're taking the time to do that. Because IPAs, you can hide a lot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
IPAs.
You got nothing to
You
hide
get
behind
something,
a
you get a
Pilsner.
Pilsner out there. If that's not a good Pilsner, people know.
Lauren Pate, what are your thoughts on surcharging? Pros and cons.
You
It's
ready?
interesting-
I would love to surcharge. I would love to surcharge. If I surcharge, they'd be hanging me out in the street.
Wait. So what's?
So it could be anything. So if you say some places that I go and it's local too, we'll put a non-cash surcharge. So if you pay in cash, it's whatever.
Yep.
If you don't pay in cash, they charge you 3.5%.
Got it.
Or they say it's a kitchen fee or an admin fee.
Yep.
Any kind of fee that they can put on the bottom. I would love to be able to do it because it's going to help me make up my costs. But I just don't. I would rather increase the price of my product.
Yeah. The more stuff you see on that bottom of the bill.
Yeah, and people are going to say, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to do it. I would love to be able to do it. And the people that do it usually are people that are struggling or people with multiple places. And if they put a 3% charge in, they're making, $80,000 a year that can help pay those credit card fees
Yep.
that they get hit for.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you?
What about surcharge as like a delivery fee if you deliver? How do you feel about that?
I think you definitely should.
Yeah.
Every delivery I get has a fee for delivery charge for gas. Fuel fee, surcharge.
Delivery fee.
No. I'm saying for every delivery that
When
I
he
get
gets
as a
delivery,
restaurant.
yeah.
So everybody that delivers to me is charging.
Oh, so you're talking about like when you get like your produce
if I
and
get
stuff
my
like that.
food in here,
Yeah.
if I get my beer deliveries in here, everybody's charging me either a $5 fee or a percentage of that sales fee
Yep.
for a fuel surcharge.
Yeah, I see a lot of places do like
So call it what you want.
if it's under
all the same.
$25, you're getting a delivery fee, that kind of thing.
But I mean, if I'm delivering and I'm charging the same amount I am for an in-house product, I got to pay the guy to deliver. I have to pay my insurance on the car. I have to pay for the gas for the car.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you increase that?
Yeah.
I have to pay for the takeout containers.
Yep.
I mean, it's much, much more expensive to do delivery. And if you didn't do a delivery charge, then you're losing money on that. Why would you do it?
Yep. Because they're also not coming in and spending any more money on
Right? They're not buying
booze, sodas, all that stuff.
So yeah, I wish I could, but I'm such a chicken because I figured everybody will beat me out in the back parking lot.
Getting raked over all things Plymouth and
Oh,
Pembroke.
I get crucified. I get crucified.
Truman, when we have a hardwood floor dining room and it gets slippery, what products methods do you recommend to use to help the situation?
I say just lean into it and make it a giant slip and slide. And
There you go.
that's your thing. Come here, you might die, but it'll be fun.
Everybody needs a hook.
Exactly. Yeah. Get the people in the building. Slide them right out.
Question is why? Why is it getting slippery? Is it like a humidity thing?
It could be.
Yeah.
Drunk people spilling things.
Yeah,
saying?
spilling things.
Yeah.
Could be in it.
What are you using to clean it? You know,
Yeah.
it might be leaving a film.
Right. Oil.
You know,
Yep. Dirty mops.
I feel like dirty mops make the floor sticky though.
Dirty Mops. That's a great name for a band.
I know.
That was-
Want to start one?
Yeah, band.
Yeah. Well, he's moderating shit in fucking Vegas. We can
Yeah.
go perform.
So fucking bent about the moderation thing.
Could have invited us, Andy. That's all we're saying.
No, we get to go gamble while he talks to stupid people. Like,
They have no idea what we're gonna do.
yeah, dude, that sounds on brand.
That's kind of how this whole thing started.
Do you want us to keep making
Hello?
fun of you?
Yeah.
Feel some air?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just queuing up the next question. I thought that one was going to go a little longer.
We can ask Mike a question. So, Mike, you're running the bar,
yeah,
right? At Stellwagen.
And Andy walks in. Do you
The
think
line
he's a
is
hobbit or a troll?
10, 15. Yeah, the line is 10, 15 people deep.
yeah.
But the first one in line is this woman that just wants to talk to you and is hitting on you and flirting with you. Do you care about the other 9 people?
Depends on the woman.
Do I have
Oh, sorry,
other-
this is your question.
Do I have other bartenders?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if somebody needs to talk to me, I shouldn't be pouring beer in the first place.
So you should be doing this. Line starts over there. Honey, you can stay right here.
maybe I just pull her to the side and answer whatever question that she has.
About the brewery.
When does this go live? I want to make sure my girlfriend listens.
This will be for like almost a month.
All right, next question.
Stand by. Fucked up. That's my question.
Answer my hobbit or a troll question about Andy.
Ask him another.
Who do you think would win in a fight, Andy or George R.R. Martin?
Oh my God.
They both have the same wingspan, I'm pretty sure.
Think so?
So in a brewery,
Maybe, I don't know.
right?
I think Andy's got the youth.
Now, would you're
Yeah.
not a
He,
brew
he
pub.
does look slightly more healthier than
You're not a brew pub. You're a brewery.
No. Yeah.
You don't stay open as late as 1,
No.
2 in the morning.
No need.
Is there a lot of shutting people off?
It's funny because it's the busier things get. It's just a numbers game at that point. We'll have people that come in, they're coming from they just got a meal at the Cask or something like that, and they'll come over. They've had a few liquor drinks, and they're 1 or 2 beers in, or you get some people that come in, they just chase the highest ABV possible. They're 3 or 4 down on those, and you always got to watch out for that. The big one I find is when we do private events, because people just they think it's a sandbox at that point. They can do whatever they want, and it's like, well, now I have to talk to the nice person that organized this event and say, this is the clown that got drunk at your high school reunion. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's not fun, but we don't have a lot. But no, I get more worried about what people do afterwards from my place because usually we got a good eye on it as far as what they go. But as far as what's open after that, it's like 9 times out of 10 they're going to the Ming Dynasty.
Right.
And from personal experience, I can tell you that that place gets wild. I've been there I mean, shouts out to Monica. Love the Ming Dynasty, but that place is. If you're not prepared for it, that place can be too much fun. If you know what I mean.
Especially after being at your place for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I was actually at a brewery for a birthday party, for a friend's birthday party, and being in the industry, I know the people at the brewery, and someone came over from the brewery. She's like, Andy, I know this isn't your party. She's like, but I had to take a bottle of wine away from somebody. Can you let them know, whoever's running, whoever's in charge here, that if it happens, you're gonna have to shut the party down, blah blah. We can lose our liquor license. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take care of it. And I went to the mother of the person it was a surprise party. His surprise birthday party was. I'm like, hey, just so you know, someone got caught bringing outside wine and blah blah, and it can't happen, and they can lose their liquor license. She goes, oh, I know, I put it away. Like, oh,
it was you.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That was an interesting day.
That
Greg
happens a
Davis,
lot.
do you sometimes feel like you have made a mistake buying / opening a restaurant?
Carl?
Oh, yes.
Said I haven't done it.
I think anyone who opens a business frequently has that. Why am I fucking doing it?
Well, I think the good times are really, really good, and the tough times that a lot of people don't realize are very stressing.
Yeah.
Whether it's the money coming in or whether it's dealing with employees or customers or whatever the case is, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, if you're a craft beer bar and your glycol system goes down, I can press buttons till the cows come home, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yep.
And, you got to shut down because your glycol unit isn't working.
Yep.
It's some of these things that the customers and employees don't see that stresses you out.
And then they're mad at you.
And then they're mad at me.
Like, what the fuck?
Right,
Why do you
'cause-
mean? This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
How come I can't have a draft beer? It's a craft beer
Yeah,
bar.
I meant your
the
employees,
system's
but your
down.
customers
well, what's
too,
going
yeah.
on? What kind of place are you running?
That's the same people that think that the server has any impact on the flavor of the food, and
Yeah.
and that gets the waitress gets bad tip that day because
We have a hot honey pizza, and people complain that it's spicy. I'm like, it says hot honey.
So what
It's not like
so
it's
spicy.
not
Yes.
like hot. It just came out of the oven, honey. So yeah, there's a lot more stress in owning a place than people think there is, and there's a lot of sleepless nights. There's a lot of waking up in the middle of the night. There's a lot of wondering if you're going to make payroll. There's going to be a lot of wondering if there's a fight, if what's going to happen, if the employees are going to show up. If you're shorthanded, everybody's pissed. If you're too staffed, nobody's making money. I mean, it's a lot of things that go through the mind of an owner that maybe the customers and employees just don't think about.
Yep.
And it's a lot of pressure because not only are you trying to provide for yourself and your family, but the people who work for you or earn from you, you are kind of beholden to them to make sure that the business is full. So they can get.
I mean,
the tips.
everybody in the kitchen goes out for a bender after one shift, and 50% of them call in sick the next day because they're hungover. You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead in the water. What do you do? So you just kind of those are the headaches that you got to deal with that I don't think anybody appreciates until you're in that situation.
Well, even to take a step down for us, where it's just managers, like you don't realize if you're just a bartender or a server, you don't see behind the curtain of like all the stuff you're putting out. Like if it runs smoothly, that's because we did our job right. We did handle all the shit that went wrong and you didn't know. But there's so much stuff going on, and from a management point that nobody knows, and you're just like, oh, it's fucking slow today.
Well, you were a bartender before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you run? I mean, I coming really right from behind the bar to doing the office thing.
Yep.
First thing I was like, okay, we're gonna run with one person less on average because I know that even if you're getting killed for a couple hours, you're gonna walk away with your paycheck and you're gonna make some money because that's what I liked.
Yep. Right.
You know what I mean? Just little things like that, or just taking into, and also what you said about everybody going out and getting hammered or whatever and calling out sick the next day. I'm like. Yeah, that definitely happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't control it. You don't know until the next day. It's not like you're planning for it, and I can bring other people in.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys let me know ahead of time when you guys are going to black out.
But would I
after
change
work.
anything? Yes, I would change everything, knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
But would I do it again if I couldn't change it? Probably.
As long as you're not pretending that, like, you know, you don't do the whole, oh, we're a family here. It's like, no, you're all here to make money.
That's right.
I'm here to make you money, and I'm here to make me money.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I'm thrilled that you like it
making
here.
money. We're all going to make money.
Yeah, and it's
not a
all the
prerequisite.
easiest way to make money.
You guys want to go out and you know, have a drink after work? That's fine. You know what I mean? That's great. Whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, it's not about. I mean, you want to promote a positive culture, obviously, a positive work environment, stuff like that. But we're here to make money.
Yep.
You know.
And it's, I think, one of the most common bitches I hear is like, oh, you know, that manager, owner, whatever, they just stand, they don't do anything, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but that manager, owner was here 4 hours before you got here. You know, if something goes fucking sideways, it's their problem. So maybe they're not working that hard this second, but they're...
You also just don't know what we're doing, too.
Yeah,
like,
that's it, yeah, you know.
Like, you don't know, like, I'm fucking...
90% of the job is babysitting.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I don't, you know, like we were, you know, earlier we were talking about just, you know, kids in the tap room, things like that. A lot of the time, I sit on the corner of the bar and it's my perch, right? And it's just like, my eyes shifting back and forth, like, what's going on here? What's going on here? And those guys, the guys behind the bar, they know that's what's going on. They're like, hey, you guys focus on pouring beer. You need me to run some glass or see something going on, I'm right here for you. You know what I mean? But I'm not like, you know, busting ass, running around or.
But I'm not a
on my
bar back.
computer or
I'm not
whatever,
here
you
to be your bar back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that, you know, and we get that a lot. We need a bar back. Why do we need a bar back? How about if I get another bartender? There'll be 3 bartenders, and then you guys can all split tips. Oh, no, you know, we don't need anybody. We just need somebody to support us. Well, that'll be the 3rd bartender.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that because they have to split tips, and all of a sudden they don't need a bar back.
Yep.
I feel like I'm really getting Karl going today.
No, I'm doing good today.
Kathy Emerson, anyone having trouble getting turkey?
Yes.
Jelly turkey fresh or frozen breast, even the whole turkeys.
Yep. Turkey.
You called the turkey shortage like 2 months ago.
Yep. Told you there's going to be a turkey shortage. It's the weirdest things that you can't get. I can't get cranberry sauce.
Yep.
For my restaurant, I can't get any suppliers to deliver cranberry sauce. I have to go out to the grocery store to get it because that's the only people that are getting cranberry
You go out
sauce.
to the cranberry
And
box
I have
and
no
wait in
idea
there.
why. I have no idea why. Turkeys,
you think-
because they all had the bird flu
Yeah.
and they had to kill them all, and then you got to wait for a turkey to grow up before you kill it again. I'm not sure.
There's a couple like up by the road if you need some.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a flock of them.
You know, I haven't seen this many out this year.
I actually
Now
haven't
that I think
either.
about it.
I've seen like 2 of them, but I've seen them in like Boston. I was like, this bird.
So yeah,
there's wildlife.
sometimes it's the weirdest things that you can't get.
Yeah. And then you just have to figure it out.
You got to figure it out. Just take turkey off the menu.
Give them chicken breasts and they won't even know.
That's right. Our chicken breasts aren't even chicken.
Exactly. Seagulls.
Jim and Nada, looking for ideas to make a grand opening something special that doesn't involve discounts.
Get a clown.
But not one of those funny clowns, like one of those killer clowns.
Yeah, like the It
Coming
clown.
back home.
I'm so excited
The
because
clown
it's
convention. Yeah.
every year it's like right around my birthday and I tell Alicia we're going out that day and she's terrified of clowns. It's in January, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're born in January.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with music on something like that. I mean, I thought this was so funny. They're opening Shake Shack at Derby Street.
Yep.
And they got Aldous Collins to play it. I was like, this is a chain, and you're having a grand opening
yeah, your
with
fast food restaurant. Yeah.
Aldous Collins is playing it, yeah. I think it was Aldous anyways, but yeah, it's definitely, yeah. It's like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
First
I don't know. I
Shake.
think if you have a grand opening and you really market it right, you don't need any gimmicks.
You just had a grand opening. What'd you do?
I had gimmicks.
No, I feel like anywhere that opens gets that initial.
Everybody wants to try the new place. It's whether you can keep them. That's
Exactly.
what it's all about. Can you keep them?
Jessica Jones, what apps do, I'm supposed to say you all, not tall, use for group chats at work? Do you guys have a group?
No.
Karl, a group
The answer
chat
is
when
no.
Everyone chats. Look at the mic.
That's how angry he gets about technology.
Yeah, so I hate group chats. I absolutely hate them. If you want to text me, text me. Don't text me and 40 other people, and I got to listen to 40 other people talking about your text. I don't care.
He does get super salty when we do that, like with the bar talk.
Yeah.
We used to use Slack. I never really got it, honestly. Like, I'll text people based on it, and I schedule a lot of people together just because I know they like work well together, and one's shortcomings are made up for the other's strengths and all that. So like I'll just have like different group chats with like, oh, I got 2 bartenders on today. They're on frequently, on certain days of the week. But I got the one big one, but people know to like not just blow it up with nonsense or whatever.
Yep.
If I just need to put out like, a hear ye kind of thing, like, but I don't know.
We do ours through email. Like we just have a big, our schedule goes all out through email, so it's like a big email chain. But then you get like that. It's like, hey, I'm working this day, and like we've had, I think it was last summer we had to like, stop group emailing like this because I'm on it. The other managers aren't. The owners are on it. Like we don't give a shit if you guys are trying to give your shifts away.
Right.
Like do you then? I think our servers and bartenders all have their own group texts and
I
stuff.
feel like that makes more sense because those are the people who are going to like communicate more
Yeah.
often. I know that the craft beer seller Tatum uses Basecamp, which she loves. It's fine, but there was one employee that would use it for every communication between her and Tatum. To the point, like in the other room, kind
Just
of
mute it,
and,
yeah.
And it's to the point where it just becomes white noise. And like,
Right.
I'm not reading any of that.
Right.
I just don't care. And so then you miss obviously important shit. So
I used to do a Facebook group too, but I don't think anyone uses Facebook anymore. So
it's less and less.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Or then you'll have the one person, well, I don't have Facebook. I'm like, well, I don't fucking know then. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
Okay, so that is last call. So this is part of the show where we go around the table and we plug whatever we want to plug. Start with you, Karl Heine.
I will plug Stellwagen Beer Company.
Stealing your thunder.
Come on down. Don't bring your kids. Don't bring your dogs.
Don't even bring Karl.
Great beer. Good people. Fun time.
Marshfield, Mass.
Marshfield, Massachusetts.
Thank you, Carl.
Right by the radio station.
That's true, right?
It is true.
Yeah.
Soon to be right next door to a dispensary too. So a couple months.
Ooh,
the suds
smoke
and
'em
the
if you
buds,
got 'em.
A
all
little
one spot.
collaboration product.
Yeah.
I'm already doing a few events with them actually. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mahoney, what do you got?
I started like taking a list of my thoughts for these things because you make me record like 6 months after I have stuff that gets me fired up. So, one, I'm going to give a PSA to all those delivery guys out there because this past weekend, I walked out of my building after we closed to 5 police cruisers flagging down a car that some drunk kid jumped in and stole the delivery guy's car because he left the keys on and was running. So,
Like pizza delivery?
That's
yes,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's
I'm not sure where you live, but you might want to move.
And this is where I was at work. This is in the city. Yeah. So don't fucking leave your car running. You can do it here too, Karl. I'll steal your shit. And also I want to shout out the kid that couldn't figure out how to open the bathroom door this weekend because it was a pull door, not a push door. And he kicked it off the hinges.
nice.
Yeah.
That's always the solution. Zach, what do you got?
I'd like to plug the most kid and dog friendly bar in Plymouth, the New World Tavern. No.
Yeah. Bring your kids, bring your dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. I was saying about the dispensary. They're Plug Health Circle Dispensary. They're based out of Rockland right now. They're going to open up a new spot right next door to Stellwagen in Marshfield. It's going to basically double the amount of storefronts on Enterprise Drive, so that's double the reason to come down and see me.
There you go.
Can't pass by my suds without going to get your buds, or I'd probably mess that up. But yeah, right next door to each
That's
other.
something, a nice sweatshirt.
I was going to say.
Logo right there.
All right, I'm going to plug the 2023 Bar and Restaurant Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are going to be there recording our podcast live. I still don't have a date on which day we're going to be doing it. It's going to be like 27th, 28th of March.
We're just going to the whole month of March, Karl.
The whole month.
Yep.
Hold on. Yep. Sure, why not?
No, you can't come. You can only go for your moderation day.
And I'll be moderating a panel. That's why they're salty. So check it out. You can go to the Bar and Restaurant Expo website and find out all the details there. Find out when we're going to be recording. And I had a blast last time. You guys had fun?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Cool. And so you can reach us at bartalkcast@gmail.com with all your questions, complaints, hate mail, and such. Or you can find us on all the social medias at bartalkcast, and we will catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.
Thank you.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/inebriart to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at inebriart or at inebriart6 on Instagram. And also, don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebriart, and all the other shows on the Inebriart Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. Thanks again for listening.